Hello and welcome to Star Citizen. My name is Evan Lease, and today we're going to be taking a look at and reviewing the ARGO SRV, which is right behind me. Let's go ahead and take a look, shall we? Starting with the exterior of this ship, you'll notice that it has a lot of VTOL thrusters. These thrusters, as seen on screen, they will help you a lot within the atmosphere. If you're trying to lift off and you have a big ship in tow, these will definitely come in use. This ship has no weapons on it, so there's no guns, there's no rockets, which is highly uncommon, honestly, with Star Citizen ships. I mean, you have medical ships that have guns in their medical ships. But here with the ARGO SRV, you definitely don't have any capability of defending yourself. So I can't really show you the weapons that you would have on this thing. But it is just supposed to be a tow truck, right? A space tow truck. And that's all it's going to be. You could technically use this as a small cargo ship. It carries 12 SCU, and I'm going to show you right where it does. If you were to head to the bottom portion of this ship here and hit that button, there's your cargo area. This is going to carry 12 boxes here, and that's it. Now, I wouldn't use this as a cargo ship. It's very expensive. I'm going to place the price on screen. I already had that initially in the intro, but for the price on this ship, it's not worth the 12 SCU. And yeah, continuing with the outside, here's the tractor beam. The tractor beam does tow ships, which is great. You don't want to tow a ship that obviously still has people in it and they didn't give you permission to tow. You really kind of can't unless their shields are down and their engines are off. So to tow a ship, they do have to have their engines off, the shields down, and then from there you can go ahead and pick it up and, you know, drag it behind you or whatnot. There is really no gameplay loop to it yet. Sure, you can help someone if they are stranded or soft-deathed, and you can bring their ship back to a hangar of sorts, but I honestly don't see the reason why at this point. More or less, you could just, if the ship's soft-death or not, just go and pick them up in this thing. Not the ship, but just the person from the ship. The gameplay loop isn't there yet. I feel like, and I've made the suggestion earlier today on the Spectrum forums, they do need to add a tow yard of sorts, right? To where you can go around and pick up vehicles that have been sitting longer than an hour and actually, you know, get rid of them, have them despawn, have them store, which would be great. And then the tow truck driver here could get paid for doing that. That would be an awesome gameplay loop and add some functionality to this ship. But at this current time, it's not there. It's not there, and there's really not much you can do. So you have no weapons, you have limited cargo, and honestly, unless you're doing an org op and you're kind of setting things up, there's really no use to the tractor beam either. I'm going to go up here and we're going to take a look on the inside, just kind of show you around. Initially, this is your entry to the ship, is this beautiful little elevator here. You have some labeling on the floor, and then here on the side you do have all of your components on each side. So if I was to go ahead and hit all these, easy access to your components. You can take them out, set them on your ramp, go down, fix them, do what you need to do. So that's always good. Make sure we close these. That's an interesting noise that these doors make. Go ahead and open up this door here, and this goes to your living quarters, because as you know, a tow truck, you know, I just hit the wrong button. Help! Let's bring that back up, shall we? Oh dear Lord! I hit the wrong button, so they really did they labeled this, didn't they? Elevator. Good. They should make that a little bit bigger, shouldn't they? It says lift. I'm blind. Now, here is the access to the habitation area. As a tow truck provider, as I was saying, it's always good to live in your truck. You have a bed here. You never know. You might have to make a long-term haul, right? You have a bed here and a little screen to monitor your ship or watch TV on, so that's good. And then over here you have a nice table you can sit at and eat some food with a nice window. Over here you have a full bathroom. You got a shower overhead, and you got a mirror with no reflection. I'm gonna go ahead and open this because you do have the magical toilet paper. Plastic as always. And the toilet that needs to be clean. I'm gonna go ahead and back up from there. I'm gonna close this because that's disgusting. Go ahead and close this, and on the right here, you do have a little button for a suit locker, so go ahead and put your helmet and suit in here whenever that function comes into play. You'd think that would already be here. We have the ability to put weapons on a rack, but we can't put our suit up. I don't understand. You have enough weapon storage here to fight a war. I guess this is the reason why your ship doesn't have weapons. On the exterior, you can just come back here and grab a rifle and just go ham, right? You're getting attacked by an arrow, but this is what you're going to get to defend yourself with. Over here, you have a little kitchenette. It's about it. Like, I don't even see like a fridge or anything, so no cold food items, no nothing like that. You're just going to be placing some, you know, crackers and cookies and some coffee cups, I guess. Yeah, at least you'll get your coffee and cookies, and then you'll be able to just come over here and sit down and enjoy your stuff. Otherwise, it's got your typical Argo design. It's almost Drake by nature, right? You got a lot of piping and everything being shown throughout the ship. I feel like they go hand in hand a lot of times with that. It's very prominent, like it's just everywhere, right? Very industrial. That's the word I was looking for, industrial. So that's something at least. I'm going to go ahead and get in the pilot seat really quick, take a look at the display of everything in here, the tractor beam and all that kind of stuff. You have 2 MFDs on the top. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the engines. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. There's the exit button. Flight ready. All right. You have 2 MFDs at the top, and then you got a radar on the bottom. I'll go ahead and open up the door.
You are clear to launch.
And then from here, if you want to get into the tractor beam itself, you can either press M on the keyboard and kind of just guess where it's at behind you. It'll tell you on the front here on the screen. It'll typically tell you that you are pointing at an object and if it's able to be picked up or not. That, or you can go ahead and go right here and then enter the remote turret. And from here, you can more or less guide where you're going to be picking up whatever you're going to be picking up. Get out of this really quick, and let's go ahead and lift off. Launch complete. Well, that's the most quiet launch I've ever seen. As we go ahead and lift off, that's a weird thing too. Every time I've turned on this ship, that tractor beam sits up really funky. I don't like that, but sure. Go ahead and put up the gear and engines away. It's not a terrible design ship. I honestly think it's a great design ship. It looks fantastic, right? But my biggest complaint is just there's really nothing to do with it. Yeah, sure, you can make fun with it, right? And you can go out there and tow someone's ship and get a crime stat because you didn't get permission to tow someone's ship. But outside of that, there's no missions. There's no real reason to get in this thing and use it at its current price point. But in the future, I'm sure it's going to have a great value to it in the future. Right now, not much of value at all. I wouldn't buy it. This is a DNB for me, a do not buy. So I honestly plan on putting this back into my buyback. It's just no real function for me right now. Please, CIG, if you're watching this, make a tow yard. Make it to where if a ship is sitting out here or anywhere, even if it's in an arms system for longer an hour. So if I went like, that's an orbital station. Let me see here. There's got to be a ship around here. There always is. So right there, an Aegeus Eclipse, right? So let's just say that ship, and it comes up on screen. Oh, target has been sitting for more than an hour, and it's a green target now. To the fact that you can go pick it up and bring it over here to a point and drop it off. Wow, there are so many rockets flying around. And then you make a little bit of money for it. You're cleaning up the space around stations. You're cleaning up the space around towns, and you're taking care of things like that while making money. This would be a great idea for this vehicle. Please do it, CIG. Otherwise, yeah, I'm sorry. At this point, no defensive capabilities, not much of a role to the ship. It's a 5 out of 10 for me. It's got a living quarters. It's got 12 SCU, but I honestly can get that well under $100. There's no reason for me to spend that much money on a ship just for that. And the towing capability just really isn't there yet. You can definitely do it. It definitely tows, as seen on screen here. It definitely can tow, but there's no reason to yet. There really isn't. Add the functionality, add the missions, and you got yourself a much better rating score. I mean, this is definitely a 8 out of 10 if you actually had some gameplay function. But right now, 5 out of 10. Let me know what you think of the ship down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a good one.